your journey has been started with computers, sales, and then
SIM cards.
SIM cards.
I also did a consulting for a company as a CTO. This is all I'm trying to figure out, like what do I do next kind of thing, right?
That's something I have to pick from you.
My friend and me, together we started this business.
Yes,
I think we lost more than 1 crore and above.
Damn. I have one question back of the mind I've been thinking to ask. As your friends come up and this is my friend's business and I don't pay after having beers.
I think for us, again, the highest selling is Hefeweizen and Belgian wheat. But I think my favorite is IPA. It's called India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Do you like that too?
No, I don't know. How would I know? What do you think, what is the reason for the rapid growth?
Yeah, I think the first thing I should thank my team.
Okay.
Because I couldn't afford the salaries because the business was only 10% of what used to happen. So the team who worked that time, they said, sir, we will take care of it, don't worry. I think they are one of the biggest backbone and the reason that I am able to take more and more challenges in the business also.
Hello everyone, welcome back to TGD. Today we are back with a yet exciting conversation, even more interesting person. You see, Bangaloreans love coffee and beer. And there is this person, who gives you hangover and also cures your hangover. From a freshly brewed coffee to a chilled beer, he has sorted all. Please welcome Mr. Prasanna.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So myself, Prasanna Kumar.
Okay.
I manage a brand called Bangalore Brewing Co and Beanlore Coffee Roasters.
Okay. Hope you like the introduction I have given.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks little... people shouldn't come back and say, how can you treat two things at the same time?
Okay.
But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So let's start off the podcast with let's knowing about you a little bit.
Yeah.
So what is your educational background? What have you studied and what are you doing now?
I was talking to you earlier. I didn't study. So that's the main thing, right?
Okay.
So as your channel name also says, Dropout.
Yeah.
I think I'm also a dropout. So
Exactly.
I think it all started at 2006. I think when I was bored in my school days, vacations, I told my dad I want to do something with my free time maybe. I think help me out to get out of this house. Let me go do something. So he said, do anything but don't make money.
Okay.
Because as every father is scared about, and I'm sure he'll be lost somewhere if he sees the money early or whatever, right?
At early stages.
Yeah, but I think it was just an excuse to get out of the house. I got into a computer shop and through one of the brothers' help and stuff like that. And post that, I think I started learning things like how these computers work, how do I fix computers, because those days there is no PCs which was made by brand. It's all about multiple components you fix together and the computer is made.
Okay.
Right. So I worked in one of the shops in Bangalore, Rajajinagar. That was my first internship, you can call it technically.
Okay.
But it's mostly my vacation. But I think a month after that, I think I realized that I don't have money to commute. My father said, enough of your vacations, come back. I said, no, I want to continue. And I demanded for a salary and they paid me 500 rupees a month. So technically that's my first job. And so that's where it all started.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can call you a tech enthusiast, right?
So tech enthusiast is a different, not a right way to say, but I think I was a little crazy about and curious to know like how this computer works actually.
Okay.
Because those are initial days when I used to use floppy disk and CD-ROMs.
Floppy disk, okay.
Yeah. So there's a time that I used to use floppy disk and play games. Like that's when my computer thing started.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to know how did you transition from being from tech to brew expert to entrepreneur?
So this first shop that I worked with, I think it was few months, and then I started talking to customers, and that's how I learned driving. Also, I never went to driving school.
Okay.
So thanks to that job to teach me driving also. So I started learning driving in the Indiranagar streets. That's how I picked up my driving skill as well. But yeah, I think there was a shop in Rajajinagar and there was a shop in SP Road, which is also a hub for computers and now even today also.
Okay.
I was commuting there and here and there and I was trying to manage their operations, manage their troubleshooting of the customers' issues and all that. So during this time, I met a person who was looking for some problem. Like he said, I want computer looking in white.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right? I mean, because that's the time computers started looking in black.
Yeah.
So that's a maybe a trend or something. People start using black cabinets and black monitors and all that.
Hmm.
So this guy walks in and says, "No, I want a computer looks white because my daughter likes it."
Okay.
So my other people, I saw them, they chased them out saying that no, there's nothing like that. I said, "Sir, I will help you. Please come sit down."
Okay.
So that's where I think my journey started. I could solve that person problem because there was some stock left over with the white computers.
Hmm.
And then he made me meet his brother-in-law, and that was my second job technically.
Okay.
And I got into that company as a part-time system administrator.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
So, since you have worked with tech and computers and everything, did it had any significant role in your entrepreneurial journey?
I think
In
absolutely.
terms of approach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is a major help that I'm even thankful today also, because my skill set in terms of computer savviness and all that, I think whenever I try to solve some problem, I
Hmm.
always see how do I put this in software and reduce the repeat work that we do.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Like you say a simple thing like cleaning every day. So we have a checklist, but through an app.
Oh.
Right? So how do I cut down my monitoring time inside the restaurant?
Hmm.
So we make people to take pictures and upload in the app, and there is a scoring system for that. So I think if there is no knowledge in terms of software and things like that, I would have ignored this and still doing a manual work. So
Oh.
obviously I would be thankful to my previous journey.
Your tech journey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So also, could you share a few experiences? You had started a business venture before, and what happened with that before
Hmm.
Bangalore Brewing Co. and everything?
Like every kid, gets a lot of suggestions saying that it's high
Hmm.
time you should start your own.
Yeah.
With my broken Hindi, I can say, "आपका खुद कर ले, ये कुछ नहीं है."
Yeah.
Right? That's how friends trigger you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the right time or a wrong time, I don't know, a trigger happened to me also saying that do a business.
Okay.
And yeah, while I just got into the new job with system administrator technically and part-time job,
Hmm.
I worked there for almost 8 years.
Hmm.
In between, I got fired also. We'll talk about it again.
Okay.
Because of my overconfidence, I got fired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think post that, one of my employee who was working there, because when I quit that company, I was actually the head of operations for the country.
Hmm.
Uh, so he started a business saying that let's do a BPO, right? And I was at 22 by then.
Okay.
And I said, okay, let's do it, because he said, okay, it's a great business. You should make money by yourself and all that. And I spoke to a couple of friends, how they also motivate you, saying that, yeah, you get into it, you can make money, all that. Got in, and my friend and me together, we started this business. I
Yes. Yes.
think we lost more than 1 crore and above.
Damn.
And yeah, we didn't know it was a scam.
Okay.
But it looked very genuine when they approached for the business.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was a time I started a business and I was bankrupt within 8 to 9 months. Yeah,
Damn.
that's the first business.
You see, usually people don't think about this. When you started something with pure intentions
Hmm.
and it turned out to be something, you got scammed and
Yeah.
everything. It takes a lot of heart to again come out of it and start something very risky again.
Hmm.
A lot of people think about in numbers,
Hmm.
in terms of your mentality or your commitment to trying something new
Hmm.
is something I have really liked in you. And
Thank you.
and again taking a risk and coming to food and brew pubs and all this is a very risky business. So what motivated you to start again?
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
So after this, I think the business bankrupt. I think there's some hope saying that I think I don't want to go back to my job.
Hmm.
Maybe it can call it as my stubbornness. I
Yeah.
think that's when I said no, I don't want to go to job, because first thing is I don't want to face my boss again.
Okay.
Because I was really absconding after I was resigned, because
Okay.
they didn't let me go out of the company,
Okay.
right? And so I said no, I don't want to go back to the job. I will do something again, so that let's give another luck, right? So I said now let me make some software.
Hmm.
And same partner, I said let's convince him whatever that left over, we'll try and sell some things, and then
Hmm.
we'll open other business, and
Okay.
we'll see how that will work in. So during that time, I think I met a couple of people who was part of. I mean, one of them was my landlord,
Hmm.
and we met through the network only, like say some real estate people and also some builders and constructions, all that. So we started making small applications for them, building a real estate portal for that. And post that, I think I started doing a part-time sales job also for a construction company because I had to recover, right? I have loans to repay back. I have credit cards. We've been swiped left and right to pay my salaries, which I had to pay for my first business.
Yes.
And lot of invoices. I was taken to whatever extent possible to recover the money for the people that I have to pay. So I could only repay because I got into some sales job. That was a real estate business.
Okay.
Right. So I could repay all of it and then also kind of recovered from that trauma that I had of lost the business and the depression and all that. So I did a small change in terms of saying, let me do a different industry, and then I got into sales. So during that time is what I met someone where they wanted me to take care of F&B operations.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how many outlets you have, Bangalore Brewing Co?
So at present, Bangalore Brewing Co is in 4 locations.
Okay.
And Beanlore is in 1 location.
Okay. That's
yeah,
amazing.
and we are expanding.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So from looking at your position at that time, it was completely hopeless. It might have been. And how did you come out of it? Like, what was constantly driving you? People usually talk about, the numbers were like, how you said, credit card bills, all that. Everything was there. But often people don't ask about what was the mindset or, how did you come out of it? Because I've seen a lot of startup founders and everything when nothing works out, they go into depression or they feel like, this isn't working. They'll completely lose their hope. How did you pull yourself out?
See, 2 things, right? I think one is I always manifest to be bigger,
Big.
right?
Okay.
Even now, I feel like, I want to become big. I want to be the best, right? That's every kid's manifestation from the childhood. So that's one thing I kept on manifesting. No, I think if it's not this, there's something for me. So I was never settling down saying that, oh, this is over. No, there's something else. Okay, I'm sure that I failed in this, but I'm sure there's something for me from the God, right?
Yeah.
And secondly, I've seen my father also. He's a good example. He's no more. I mean, it's been 9 years now. But as a childhood, when I was looking at him, he also shifted from multiple jobs.
Okay.
And I still see how he could take care of the family without showing that pain or showing that problem that he's facing at the work.
Okay.
So that also kind of helped me saying that, oh, it's just not me. I think more people are like this. So I should hold on and hang on to something till I do something else.
And eventually it works out.
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, it's working out. But I think all I can say is, I think, do not give up. Yeah, simple.
Yeah, don't give up.
Yeah, just manifest that you can. There's somebody listening to you. I think we should talk it out, and we should also imagine that, okay, I want to be this.
Amazing.
Yeah. Doesn't happen, it's okay. But it doesn't cost money to dream.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost money to manifest. So please
go dream and manifest.
Yeah.
So looking back, do you regret it? What happened with you? Or do you see it as one of the lesson?
I think I don't regret anything in my life.
Okay.
Except losing my father.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the biggest pain, or right. But otherwise, I think as a career, I don't regret anything at all. The reason being that I think I have taken everything as my good learnings and experience. So without that, I don't think so I can run a business that we're running today.
Okay.
Right. So every job that I have had, every bosses that I worked with, I think I'm very thankful to them, and I'm also very. I think I also owe them a lot.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of the knowledge that they've given me. Yeah.
So
a simple thing like, I worked for, as I told, I was fired in between. So I worked for a company who sells SIM cards, right? So that was my small journey within span of 6 months. Without that person, I don't think so I know how to sell.
Yeah.
He taught me how to sell a SIM card on companies. So everything is a lesson. So I don't regret such things.
You say everything is a lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. So your journey has been started with computers, sales, and then
SIM cards.
After that, you started. Was it right?
Yeah, there was a real estate in between, and then I also did a small time consulting for a company as a CTO, part-time CTO also. This is all I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I do next kind of thing, right?
Amazing.
So you become hopeless. I'm like, okay, let's try something new. I don't want to just stop there.
So you have touched basically like all the big fields in there.
No, nothing is big or small. I think everything was very interesting also when I took that. So I was not like bored. But I think the only thing that got me bored was like working for 8 hours, 9 hours in the office.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that I think that's one of the reason I said no, I don't want to go back to my job.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you found it very hard. 8 hours. It was boring for you.
I don't want to sit in one room for more than like an hour.
Yeah.
That maybe you can call it claustrophobic, or maybe
Yeah.
you can call that it
No, that's
looks
a
like a
virtue
jail.
of a creative person, actually.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hate being at one spot for more than an hour.
Yeah. It is there.
Right. I don't like to see screen also for longer times.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to get out and see people go out in the place, things like that.
That's something I have to pick from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I
sit for
stayed
a
a
beer
lot
and
with my
talk
friends.
about more.
Yeah, sure, definitely. But no, I'm not. My family's gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, then we have good coffee also.
Yeah, we'll have a coffee. That's it. All right. चलो थोड़ा serious करते हैं.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's nothing serious that you'll hear from me, but yeah, I mean,
Informative.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Who is
sure.
watching?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so in just 5 years, you have grown your company to over 200 employees and opened 4 locations and started a new venture in coffee. Can you explain what is the strategy? This rapid growth in 5 years, that too.
So just to small correction there, I think it's not 200 employees. We have totally around close to 500 to 600 employees in the company
500 to
now.
600.
Yeah.
Whoever made this, yeah, correct karo isko.
So but we started at very small. So
Okay.
2019, Bangalore Brewing Company started at Electronic City,
Okay.
and that's before my another brand that I was actually operating for. But 2019, I think there was a time that I said no. I think it's a time that I should start my own brand,
Mhm.
and I want to become the best of Bangalore, right?
Yeah.
So all went out and did a research. I said, let's do Bangalore Brewing Company.
Okay.
Of course, as usual, market and branding agencies, sir, don't do this.
Yeah.
Why are you using Bangalore in your name? I said, see, Bangalore is good for beers, man. Come on, Bangalore is already known for beers.
Yeah.
So I'm from Bangalore, right?
Exactly.
So I've lived in Bangalore. I was born in Bangalore. So I think I should do something with this brand name only.
Yeah.
And I'll try to make the best out of this. Right? I have to deliver also what I'm talking about, right?
Mhm.
So 2019, we opened this place in Electronic City,
Yes.
first
yes.
branch.
That's
And-
something I'm very fond of.
Why is that?
That is very close to my university. That's where when I started, I joined around 2019.
Started partying.
Not partying.
Parents, you watch him.
Yeah, no. I wasn't partying. I went to have dinner. I was having soda there.
Okay.
Okay, so we went.
We believe you.
Yeah. So we were just chilling. That's the chilling spot for us,
Okay.
close to our university. So that's how become a go-to place every weekend for us.
Okay, nice.
And I still go there sometimes. And I really love your place in that Banegata Road.
Kanakpura Road.
Yeah, Kanakpura Road.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
that one was amazing. We had many birthday parties over there, and I must say you have crazy churros in your menu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you go way long back. Okay.
Yeah.
There's an interesting story about churros also, why we started. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, please share.
Yeah, so 2019 we started Electronic City, and December, Jan, Feb, we rocked it. I
Mhm.
think we scaled the business from from a 10 lakh rupees to 50 lakh rupees revenue monthly.
Monthly,
Yeah.
amazing.
Initial days.
Yeah.
And after, I think that's the time I've said, oh, everything is going great. And then what next? And then I started seeing news, COVID.
Mhm.
Yeah, it came in like, I mean, one of the worst things that I've seen in my life is COVID.
Yeah.
And we shut the place by March 2020.
Hmm.
And, the lockdown started. We are hopeless, and there are staffs with us staying. And we had that time, I think, 60 staffs with one
Mhm.
outlet. And I had to take care of them. So we could communicate, say, this is where the situation is. Some of you please go back to native. There
Yeah,
was
yeah.
transport initially also. Some who couldn't go, I said, we have rooms, you can stay back. We have grocery, we will give you food. And we'll also go out and help people who don't have food and all that. We
That's
did some
amazing.
little social activities possibly. And I think it lasted for 8 months, roughly, I think so, first lockdown.
Yeah.
And between that time, we said, let's do a delivery brand, which did not work
Okay.
for us because I don't come with any experience in delivery background.
Okay.
And that's when we started churros.
Oh. I love them, yeah.
Yeah. So sitting on the internet, I'm like, oh, let's try some new snack out of some nowhere. And then we started churros and we started one biryani brand. Both of them did not work out as usual.
Yeah.
And instead of scrapping, I said, let's put it on the menu.
Yeah.
And post 8 months, I think we lockdown lifted.
Mhm.
The lockdown was released, and then we again got back into business. But I know people did not come out because they were still scared. Of course, it's a very bad thing that happened to all of us, right? So it took another 6 more months to start breathing. But again, another lockdown happened. Yeah.
2021,
I think
I guess.
2021. Yeah. So that moment, I think I lost hopes.
Oh.
I said, no, this is not happening. We've done enough. I think I should wrap up and come out of this thing. I should look into again IT business, which I don't like it, but I think I had no choice. I said, let me come back. But just about the time, I think my partners and my investors that time, I think I should be very thankful to them. They said, I think you've done so much. Don't give up. Let's wait for a few months. So they kept me going and said, let's try for another few months. Let's see, maybe it can get better and things like that. So we restarted again the business. Then from there, there's no look back.
Amazing.
Right. So that's the time I said, now we saw the good business growth. I think people came out like vengeance. Like they were all tired sitting at home. They wanted to do something out. They all came out like a vengeance and they started dining out so much. It was, I've never seen like that.
Yeah.
Then I said, now it's the vengeance time for myself. I'll open more outlets. Then we got into Kanakpura Road location.
Yeah.
Then while that was happening, then me and my co-founder, we got a better partnership. Then we said, let's open more. Then we opened HSR Layout. And then the recent one is Whitefield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. You almost covered all the main spots in Bangalore.
No, not actually. The main spots are Koramangala and Indiranagar, right?
Yeah.
And the CBD. But I think we wanted to be where there is nobody else around. One is that. And also, I think I believe convenience business is much better than a demand business. So we wanted to be in that sort of business gap.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You see, after the pandemic, most of the restaurant business and everything has gone, I must say, shut down.
Yeah.
And also brewpub is something very risky, and one thing goes down, people not gonna come back again. It's really amazing. How did you after you started right before lockdown, after the lockdown you have seen the exponential growth. So what do you think, what is the reason for the rapid growth? Is it please share us.
Yeah, I think the first thing I should thank my team.
Okay.
So I'll just give a very small example. There was a time that I did not have housekeeping team to clean the washrooms in Electronic City outlet because I couldn't afford the salaries because the business was only 10% of what used to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So the team who worked that time, they said, sir, we will take care of it. Don't worry.
That's very
So we all
sweet.
put in hands. So I was serving customer and when we was pouring the beers in the bar and going to kitchen, helping the kitchen team, whatnot. Right.
Yeah.
So the team who's with me so far, I think I have close to 75, 80 people are my 5 to 7 years old employees still now with me. I think they are one of the biggest backbone and the reason that I am able to take more and more challenges in the business also. I think without them, it is not possible for me to take daring steps of expansions because this business comes with a lot of issues also, right? I mean, every business comes with issues, but I think as a bar or as a restaurant, I think we come up with more problems.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just coming to that.
Yeah.
Coming to this, what are the struggles usually are there and what are the struggles you have faced? Let's just say coming to licensing, legal issues, problems with the dealer, supply chain, all that. How did you come up with that?
I think all of them was learning. So the first business, as I said, I was a operating partner there. So that is also during, again, another time where I know that there is no hope for me in the business. So there's a friend of mine who said, why don't you take over a business which is shutting down?
Okay.
And it was again in towards Mahadevpura, Outer Ring Road, Bangalore.
Okay.
Right. So I took over the business and then I started working like an IT
Can you
employee.
name it if you can?
Sorry?
Can you name it if
I
you
think
can?
let's leave it there.
Okay.
Because the brand is no more.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So because again, so I had a bad partnership also, which is one of the reasons that brand is no more.
Okay.
The brand was shut post-COVID. So yeah.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, so that's where I started learning what was F&B. And I could see how things are falling apart where people don't listen to you. Because I think I'm sure in corporates or when you're running a corporate company or an IT employee,
Yes.
you assign some task and then you expect that it's going to be done.
And
right?
it gets done.
Yeah. So it is another way in F&B. You say, okay, I need this to be executed. Simple thing. Okay, clean this table, right?
Yeah.
The employee says, yes, sir, we will do it. But you come back and say it's not clean. Then you ask him why? Abhi karenge, sir. So I was not able to get to that culture.
Yeah.
So all that I could do is like I said, no, I'll do one thing. I'll work like them. That's when I can understand them only. I have to change myself. No, I can't work. I can't make them work like me because there are more people, right?
Yes, yes.
I said, what I'll do is I'll wear their t-shirt. I'll start working like a steward, wiping tables, taking orders, and pouring beers in bar.
Amazing.
And they said like, oh, this guy is able to do that. Means our job is on stake. I'm sure that's how they feel it.
Yeah.
And they started changing themselves. Okay, now we should change. I started understanding them better than what I actually know them. And it's about emotions for them, not about money or not about the structure, not about the systems and all these things that what we see F&B employees in Bangalore or India, at least I feel, right? So during that time, it was a little easy for me to take over the operations because where I could work within them, right? But suppliers and things like that, I think there was already an existing thing going on. But since there was an issue in the company, I had to get in like a savior.
Okay.
So I had to do a lot of promises saying that I'll take care of your debts.
Okay.
I will fix your problems with no hopes. Of course, I have no hopes. How I'm going to run the place. But let me give a try. It's okay. After all,
I'll
I have
figure
one
it out
life.
later.
Yeah, I will figure it out. Yeah. But I think I met through one vendor, another vendor, like another supplier to another supplier. Like that's how we started meeting people. But I think eventually that business scaled up from a drowning situation of 30 lakh rupees to 1.5 crores.
Amazing.
Monthly business I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, that very big thankful to the team that I was having that time. And also a lot of people could teach me what is F&B. So for me, the F&B experiences mostly comes from the team that I was working with and also the other brands that in the market like Toy and maybe I think few more brands.
Yeah.
I think those founders also was very nice to help me out with the knowledge that they know. Yeah.
Okay. So if you have to pick one, Toy or your beer?
That's the wrong question to ask. I mean, we are all friends, I think, end of the day. But I think everybody does a different sort of beers and styles.
Okay.
I think you should try both.
Yeah, okay. I'm coming right next to those things. You see, the craft beer industry is evolving rapidly. Before in India, people know only Kingfisher. Right now, people are leaving that and they are more inclined towards craft beer. So, what do you think? What happened in the shift and also the trend of low alcohol drinks, the fruit flavors or something like that, which is being promoted like hell, and also people are loving it. So, what happened there? And how did you manage to jump on that as soon as possible? And please explain everything.
I think the craft beer evolved, I think 20, if I'm not, I think 27, 28. That's when the craft beer journey started. The first brewery in India is, I think, called Dulali. It was in, I think, Maharashtra.
Okay.
Right. I think the way people start accepting craft beer because I think it's not bitter.
Oh.
Yeah. And highest sold beer in Bangalore or India, I think it's a Hefeweizen, which is German style beer.
Yeah.
Or a Belgian wit.
Yeah.
Right. So one of those is the highest sold beer because it is, I think, slightly sweet in taste. Has a different notes of banana, orange, cloves and things like that. It's a very easy on your palate.
Oh.
So I think that's the reason I feel that the major shift from bottled pasteurized beer to a craft non-pasteurized beer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't know all this. Definitely.
I mean, like it's like how we having a milkman coming to your house every day, fresh milk, or you buying a packaged retorted milk.
Yeah.
Right. That's a difference.
Amazing.
So you would definitely enjoy the fresh milk.
So what is the most popular flavors in your?
I think for us, again, the highest selling is Hefeweizen and Belgian wit. But I think my favorite is IPA. It's called India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
So you like that too?
No, I don't know. How would I know? I never tried.
Okay. Sure. I again believe you.
Yeah, again. Yeah, but also the mango one was popular.
Yeah, so the mango we do seasonal. We do a lot of seasonal beers. That is, we did pineapple saison. We did vanilla based beer. We did citrus based beers. We did coffee based. We did a lot of collaborations during the last year, I think, with the many other breweries from Maharashtra and Bangalore, where we could get different sort of ingredients from Maharashtra and different sort of ingredients from Bangalore. So we kind of did a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
So that's another sort of a seasonal beer we launched it.
Amazing.
So that also was a good response for us. Yeah.
Crazy.
But I think most of people pick up sweeter note beer. Sweeter note.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I say sweeter note, they don't want too sweet. They just want a sweet palate. It's not too harsh on the palate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So there is this one stat The alcohol industry in India is expected to grow a lot. It is somewhere reaching close to 3 trillion by the end of 2025. How do you think this growth will affect the craft beer industry, especially in Bangalore? Because Bangaloreans love beer. They can survive without water on weekends, but not without beer. But what opportunity do you see in this?
Uh, I think, being honest, I think everybody should drink.
Okay.
I'm not motivating or maybe promoting the drink, but I think drink in moderation, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a good way of someone relax themselves and get into some. The way I've seen people drinking and having conversation makes me
Mhm.
happy.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reason I keep pushing myself, saying let's open more places, right?
Mhm.
But I think there is a big market shift also happening towards craft beer.
Mhm.
As I said, it's non-pasteurized. I think people are getting educated about the beer is fresh.
Mhm.
So everybody thinks the beer is made today and then served in tap, which
Yeah.
is not right.
Okay.
Every beer needs at least 14 days cycle to be poured on the tap,
Oh.
right? So beer is made 14 days. It's not fresh.
Mhm.
So when you mean fresh, it is not pasteurized.
Okay.
So basically,
What's
whatever you
the
drink
difference?
So the difference is, I think, whatever you drink on the craft beer, I mean, they call it craft beer, right?
Mhm.
It is non-pasteurized. It has the bacteria alive in that. It is not killed technically,
Okay.
right? It's like you're having a fresh cow milk every day.
Oh.
That's a difference,
Yeah.
right? It tastes better, and I don't know about health benefits. I am not a doctor, so I have no idea on that.
Okay.
But I believe it is better than
It's
the.
good for your heart. You feel happy.
I am no clue. I'm not even supposed to say all that.
Okay.
Because I'm not from the subject industry, right? So
Yeah.
but I think as a beer, a craft beer, I think this is one of the reasons why people are drinking. It is fresh. Obviously, it's fresh.
And tastes better.
Tastes very better, and they can experiment with number of flavors and number of fruits and whatnot.
The range of flavors is definitely more.
Yes.
So also let's come to the next venture of yours, Beanlore.
Ah,
So was it intentional कि पहले बीर बनाते हैं बाद में कॉफी पिलाते हैं सुबह? Was it intentional?
that sounds like a very mafia sort of business question, yeah.
Yeah. No, please answer.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. I think I stay in HSR Levat,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And I always used to work out of cafe,
Hmm.
but unfortunately, I did not find the right place to work
In your place.
without disturbance.
Okay.
And also, I wanted a really good coffee.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that other coffees are bad, but I think I really wanted coffee that I like it personally.
Hmm.
Then I convinced my co-founder saying that let's open a coffee shop.
Hmm.
First, he said no for it because he said we're only making beer, so let's not do coffee.
Hmm.
And I said, see, it's a good thing, like how you said now.
Yeah.
रात पे बियर पियो सुबह कॉफी पियो
Yeah.
right. I kind of use all these pitches to convince him.
Hmm.
Eventually agreed, said let's do it, yeah, it's okay.
Hmm.
But I think the coffee shop main reason is for me to sit and work,
Hmm.
and we want to really see the market demand, how it is look like, whether people accept the product or people do not accept the product. All that we had to do an experiment.
Hmm.
I think it's working out good.
Okay.
I love to sit in my cafe and work.
Okay.
We have done some sort of ambience related things where it doesn't sound louder in the cafe. You can sit quiet and work. The idea was you sit there and you should feel calm.
Okay.
You should not feel that you're sitting out of chaos,
Okay.
right? So I think that's where we started Beanlore Coffee Roasters.
Hmm.
Looking to scale, but yeah, we are still figuring out what is best for the market.
Okay.
We like to run profitable business.
Amazing. That's where I'm going right now after this to work. So, coming to this, since you're running both, nowadays you need social media engagement,
Mhm.
and also you have picked two fields where there are enthusiasts for beer as well as coffee lovers.
Mm.
Coffee lovers are literally have communities
Yeah.
as well as beers. So, how did you find ways to promote and as well as create a community around it? And how far is the social media engagement, like the promotions, or does it actually helping you to pull the customers towards you, or is it just one of the marketing thing which is going on with the trend? Because nowadays, whatever, even the smallest cafe, they want to appear on social media.
Hmm.
They're being promoted, reels, everything. Even let's just say some event is happening. So, what do you think? Is it the best way to promote yourself, or let your quality of food or beer speak itself?
Let me be very honest and ask you this question back. So you are seeing 3 different cafe ads, right?
Okay.
Where would you like to go?
I want to try 3 first and then see which is better.
So you're gonna try all 3? Are you sure?
Maybe based upon my budget.
So yeah, so okay. So I mean, the first is your budget constraint, right?
Yeah.
What is next?
Ambience.
What is next?
Wi-Fi for sure.
Okay.
To work in coffee shop.
So you're not worried about the product at all.
See, if I
I mean, anyway,
Yeah,
so
definitely,
my
yeah.
point, I mean, the reason I'm asking this question is, okay, see, everybody puts out content on Instagram. This is the way I look at it. I'm not an expert on content creation or the Instagram, but I think everybody puts out a content on Instagram. But what captures is the first 3 seconds,
Yeah.
whether you like this content or not. And then you capture that mind for more than 3 seconds, that means that customer is going to look at your brand. But I personally see social media as a branding platform than a sales platform. So as much as possible, what I tell my team is make sure that we are present on everybody's mind who follows our channel, and also who doesn't follow the channel also be top of it.
Amazing.
Now, whether this makes an ROI or not, I still don't know, because I have not understood whether the branding is always about ROI. I think branding is about keeping the brand on the top of the mind.
Yes.
So that's how I use my social media for the marketing.
Definitely, it
Yeah,
is working
yeah.
out. See, because I feel whenever I hear
Yeah.
the word Bangalore Brewing Co. Or Beanlore, the first thing strikes in my mind, yeah, it's a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have good food. I'm gonna have good coffee. I'm gonna have everything.
Thank you
That's
so
what
much.
it
I'm going
comes
to
in.
pass this to my team.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll be
And
very happy listening to this kind of reviews.
definitely, because I'll tell you the place where I used to go for college, and since then I have been going very frequently, except the last 1 year. So it's something very when a person is sticking to one place for around 3 years, definitely it's amazing. Yeah.
Right, right. Thank
So
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So any future plans you have to collaborate both, or making into a Bangalore coffee lore, something like that?
Weird ideas you're giving me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, not actually. But we have not second outlet technically, but I think we have a shop-in-shop model in Whitefield. So if you drop into our Whitefield outlet, you also get a chance to have Beanlore coffee.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we are still thinking to scale in a different aspect, but I think our focus also is going to be more on the food. While the coffee has also been stable, but I think
Yeah.
I want to focus more on the food also. So
Okay.
you're experimenting and working on more food options.
Okay.
Right. But I think we will try to bring in Beanlore within the BLR space,
Oh,
but
that's
not
amazing.
changing the brand.
Do you guys have any idea to make coffee flavored beer?
We have done.
Yeah, we have
We have
done.
done a filter coffee beer.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So this was very interesting when a brewer got this idea, saying let's collaborate with a band.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not on the top of my head, but I think it's a band who has a good fusion music sort of thing, Western fusion or something like that. And I was very surprised. How do I collaborate with the band? We
Okay.
can't put music into beer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think the interesting thing was he said, like, let's do something which band likes.
Okay.
So the band said we like filter coffee and we like cherries.
Cherries.
So we got both these things put in the beer.
Okay.
We did a filter coffee stout. Right.
Okay.
And they did a launch of this beer with their fusion band. It turned out very nice.
You brought two favorite things of people, filter coffee and beer,
Yeah.
from Bangalore, and made into one.
Yeah, filter coffee and berries. Yeah.
Filter coffee and berries.
Berries, yeah. Berries or cherries, whatever you call. So we
Oh.
put in both of this within the beer, and then it was a stout. It
Okay.
tasted delicious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
Whenever
have
you
to
start
try it
drinking, you
out
should
now.
try.
I should
Yeah.
try. Yeah.
Whenever you start drinking, yeah.
Yes. Should try. So
Yes.
one question I have to
Yeah.
ask you: if you have to pick to have coffee for the next of your life
Mhm.
or beer, you can only pick one.
Very difficult to actually. But I think I will keep it to the different light of the day.
No, you have to pick one. Don't be diplomatic about this.
No, I have to. It's like, you're saying you're going to have breakfast or lunch or dinner, right? I have to have all
Okay.
3 meals.
Okay.
So
again.
likewise, I need a coffee for the day, but I need a beer for the day. But honestly, I think I do not drink more than weekly once or maybe 2 weeks once. That's all I drink now.
Okay.
But there was a time when I used to work, I used to crave and I used to wait when will I go get into drinking space.
Okay.
But now probably because I'm doing this business, I
Mhm.
think I don't often feel like going and sitting between the kiosks
Okay.
or the crowd. So I would like to always come back and say, no, I want to sit in a peace or quiet space.
Mhm.
That's when I feel like I should drink now. Yeah.
Did you used to, whenever you go to your own Bangalore Brewing Co, like, do you have water? Do you have beer?
No.
काम करते करते बियर पी लूंगा.
नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. No, I think first thing you walk into BLR, first thing you get is water.
Water.
That's again, we have a reason behind it. We want to clean your palate before you taste anything.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So obviously you'll get water first and then the beer, obviously. But we also known for good cocktails.
Yeah,
We spend a lot of time on doing a craft cocktails and curating very interesting ingredients. So if you drop into any of the BLR outlet, please try a cocktail called Chikmagaluru.
Chikmagaluru.
Yes. So Chikmagaluru is a place in Karnataka which is
Yes,
famous for the coffee. So we have a coffee and bourbon cocktail.
Okay.
So which is also very interesting for your palate. You should try it out.
Yes. I guess we are coming into our episode.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Before we sign off, what is that one pearl of wisdom you want to give to youngsters to not to lose hope when everything seems hopeless? How to pull yourself back and lift yourself up and keep going?
I'm not that expert or call myself an achiever to give advice like this. But I think from my experience, what I could all say is I think do not give up. First thing, everybody has a purpose on the earth. If not A, if not B, if not C, if there is something for you. So do not lose hopes because of somebody else's mistake, and do not repeat the same mistake again.
Okay.
Right? I think if you at least try and balance this both, there is always a path for everyone.
So, jumping back to your journey, how was your philosophy change from brewing beers to brewing coffee over the period?
I think the subject was craft.
Subject was craft.
Yeah. So I think philosophically or to convince myself ethically also I said, let's do anything craft.
Craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't do ready-made coffee powders.
Okay.
We do roast ourselves with an outsourced roastery or whatever, right?
Okay.
But we do roast our own beans. We select from 3 different estates and we have our own blend within the place.
Crazy.
So this also we did a lot of cupping before we chose this bean. And this was my favorite. That's the reason we have this house blend.
We have the house
right?
blend. Okay.
Yeah. And we have 2 more beans on the menu, which is like for the pour over single bean, right? Arabica beans. So that's also again was favorite from ours and the roasters. So we said, let's put it in this menu and let's not complicate by putting too many coffee beans.
Exactly.
As I told, we are not building a coffee brand. I think we are building a experience brand.
Experience.
So which is why I want the place to be more than a coffee. I want people to sit down, spend time, at the same time having a good food. Even if you go to Bangalore Brewing Company, the primary focus is on the food and the beer.
And the beer.
Right. So if you ask me, the food is okay. No, food has to be the best.
Yes, it is best. Yeah.
Yeah. And I conveniently, flexibly eat in my place. Not like a other restaurant to say like, no, I don't eat in my place. I definitely eat in my place.
Okay.
Today lunch is also in my BLR only.
Okay.
So you're welcome to join. But I think food plays a primary role for us. So coffee or beer, it's just again the craft, right? So as I said, the cocktails also, the beers also, the coffee also, it stood in the line of the craft. So which is why I took it as a product.
That's amazing. So I want to go a little bit deep. This is a question I ask a lot of people. See, what is that specific one thing, or let's just say in your ideology, when you started, which has gradually changed after your journey? What is that one ideology aspect? Let's just say maybe dealing with your employees, or maybe in terms of looking at things in a different perspective. What has changed over the period?
I think the customer expectations has changed. So it is no more just a product. It's an experience. So when I started going out for the pubs, I think I have drank in places like Guzzlers, Picos. These are OG places in Brigade Roads.
Okay.
Right. I'm talking about almost 15 years back.
Okay.
But no more it's a product centric now. It's about experience. So I think that's one of the challenges we started facing from last 1 year, saying that how do we put this product out in a different way? Right. So that's when I think the recent outlet in Whitefield.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
I've seen it.
I think most of the credit goes to my architect because when we designed this place, I think the idea was let's get in something beyond the product.
Yeah.
So we built in a waterfall which is 45 feet and above.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And we have 2 different structure connecting one bridge which looks like an European themed bridge sort of thing. And we have more than I think around 1,000-2,000 plants within the space. And Bangalore Brewing, the primary thing is I don't want to go away from the garden city concept. That garden itself is live.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if you go walk into any BLR, you'll see a lot of plants.
Yes, yes.
And we don't have fake plants. I think maybe little bit here, there like maybe 1 or 2 plants you'll notice. Otherwise, everything is real plants. Everything is a good species that we have kept within the restaurant.
Okay.
So I think that is some major shift I've seen in the customer expectation about what is new that offering that this brand can give us.
From product centric to
Yes,
experience.
yes. At the same time, product also plays an important role, but I think it should be more of about the experience than just the product.
Yes, yes. I have one question back of the mind I've been thinking to ask. Does your friends come up and like this is my friend's business and I don't pay after having beers? Yeah.
I think not my friends comes over, but I have random people coming over and saying, ये business पता है किसका है, मेरा दोस्त का है,
हाँ, हाँ,
तो
हाँ.
मेरे को ये चाहिए. So it always happens, but I
Okay.
think it's nothing bad has happened so far. But I think there's always people misuse things like that.
Okay.
But I tell my staffs one thing: see, treat the customer good. Doesn't matter my friend or it's a end customer, right? Has to be treated good. So nobody misuse obviously, but I think nobody gets a special benefit also being my friend. I think the dine with me is a different story.
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody gets the same product, same service.
Amazing.
But yeah, of course, there are incidents. Yeah,
Okay. So it has become like a hangout spot too.
definitely yes. If I
You
don't
and
go
your
to my
friends.
place, I feel very depressed.
Oh.
I don't like to sit at home. I don't like to sit in my office.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to sit in four walls. I like to
Okay.
be out there in the outlet.
Have you been ever warned ki, this is a very risky business, which involves alcohol, licensing and all that. Did people suggest you ki, don't enter into this?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I think my family itself, not my mother,
Mm-hmm.
the extended family also probably.
Mm-hmm.
They did tell me that. In fact, some people did not respect me also when I said I'm doing alcohol business
Yeah,
because I'm a South
that is
Indian.
something Indians have that, when you
Not Indians. I think South India is a little
South
more
Indians
towards
more,
it
yeah.
because if you look at the drinking culture within the Tamil Nadu, so as I said, I'm a Tamilian.
Mm-hmm.
So within the drinking culture in Tamil Nadu, it's not that extensively been done like Bangalore.
Or accepted.
Yes. So obviously the feedback was very bad, saying that no, I think you're in a wrong business.
What did you
Yeah, and also they think that I drink every day,
Damn.
which is not even a story at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had to ignore and say that my mother trusts me, my first family trusts me, my sister trusts me, and things like that. I'm good, right? I don't have to convince everybody to do what I like.
So you stood tall no matter what.
Yes, yes. The first family is what I want to convince. I mean, my mother is convinced, my parents are convinced. Of course, that's good enough, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have to convince more than that, right? And that's only where I felt like I should be rethinking again. But as a risk, I think every business comes with a risk. Come on, let's accept this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not alcohol. It's just not restaurants. But I think it's a little gray area in terms of alcohol business in any state of the country also.
Yeah.
But Bangalore is a little more challenging.
Because you have a lot of competition here, I guess.
One is competition, also regulations and handling authorities. A lot of work involved in
Are
it.
regulations worse here or easy for you comparatively?
I wouldn't say worse and all that, but I think it's a task.
It's challenging.
It's a challenging thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a very clean written statement that, okay, this is how it works.
Okay.
I think the way of handling also relies on the entrepreneur skill set also. Yeah. But I think it's good. I mean, I'm not going to scare saying it's very difficult. Don't get, please, somebody wants to open a bar, please open.
So if you want to give a suggestion, let's just say for a 25-year-old, he or she wants to enter into this field, what suggestion would you give them? First thing, or the first mistake you have done, suggest them not to do.
A restaurant or a bar?
Brew pub.
I would say, please try to be a person from within that city, if possible.
Okay.
Right. Secondly, do not do what everybody else is doing. Do something different.
Be unique in the
Yeah, be unique in your offerings. You cannot bring a rocket and keep it in a space, of course. But I think there are a lot of ways you can be different. And do not do too much of experiment in terms of food. People likes trying new things, but people do not like trying new things every time they come for a drink.
Yeah.
So don't experiment too much. Be classic, be authentic, but your experience has to be good.
Amazing. It's been really amazing talking with you, sir. I hope it's.
You can call me Prasanna.
Oh yeah, Prasanna, sir. Yeah, I forgot about.
No.
Yeah, so it's really amazing having a great conversation and meeting you in person to the place where I have been going for years, and it's really amazing. Even your journey, it's really inspiring to everyone.
Thank you
You
so much.
don't call yourself achiever, but you have achieved a lot. Picking yourself whenever you fell down, standing tall no matter what people have said. It's really inspiring and motivating for me too. And that's the note I want to close this episode on. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with even more exciting people, like Mr. Prasanna, and also we're gonna go have a coffee now.
And a beer in the evening.
That I'm not sure.
Thank you, guys.
All
Thank you.
right, all right.
Pleasure being here.